Welcome to the world of crypto. This is the place where dreams of getting rich overnight are born, where digital gold mines shine brightly. But there's another side to the coin. What happens when prices start to fall? That's when the real psychological war begins. When everything is going well, when your portfolio is glowing green, you feel like a financial genius, right? You tell yourself, I figured it out. You start giving advice to your friends, predicting when the next bull run will come. You follow influencers on Twitter, and every time someone says to the moon, you get excited. Everything looks so easy. Then one morning you wake up and what's that? Everything is deep red. Your first reaction? Denial. No way. This is just a small correction. It happened yesterday too, and it bounced back. You close your phone and try to focus on your day, but your mind is still there. A few hours later you check again. The drop is even deeper, and now panic slowly starts to flow through your veins. Your heart beats faster, your palms get sweaty. This is the end of denial and the beginning of fear. Fear is one of the most primitive human instincts. But in the crypto market, when that fear combines with financial loss, it turns into a massive monster. You become glued to the screen. The red candles feel like they're growing right into your eyes. Each candle feels like it's tearing a piece of your dreams away. Disaster scenarios start playing in your head. What if everything goes to zero? What if I lose all my savings? While these thoughts eat away at your brain, you open social media. And it's pure chaos. On one side, people saying, I sold and got out. On the other side, people shouting, this is a buying opportunity, don't sell. Your mind becomes a mess. Who's right? Who should you believe? You check the fear and greed index. It's at extreme fear. Does that calm you down or scare you even more? Most of the time, it's the second one. Because staying calm in an environment where everyone is afraid is like trying to stand still in the middle of a storm. At this stage, logic shuts down and emotions take control. Your brain's fight or flight system kicks in. In the market, that becomes hold or sell. And usually flight, meaning sell, looks far more attractive. That's the moment when the sell button starts winking at you, as if it's saying, press me, end this pain. Hitting that button can bring instant relief. You feel like a huge weight has been lifted off your shoulders. But that relief usually doesn't last long, because after you sell, a new psychological stage begins, regret and anger. You keep watching the market. What if prices start going up right after you sell? That is the worst pain of all. Oh no, why did I sell? If I had waited just a little longer, my loss would have recovered. You blame yourself. You blame the people who told you to sell. You blame the market. And that anger affects your next move. Maybe you think, I have to make my money back. And you take an even riskier trade, doubling your losses. This is called revenge trading. And it usually ends in disaster. Or the opposite happens. Prices keep falling. This time you say, good thing I sold, but deep down, you're still grieving the money you lost. I wish I had sold at the top. Keep spinning in your mind. Nights become sleepless. You toss and turn in bed with the same questions repeating in your head. Where did I go wrong? Why didn't I sell earlier? Or why didn't I buy more? You wake up tired. You feel drained all day. You can't focus. Even at work, even while talking to friends, a part of your mind is still stuck on those charts. This can negatively affect your social life and your mental health. Remember, financial markets are not only about money, they also require serious psychological control. If you feel overwhelmed during this process, taking a break and stepping away from the screens is the right move. If needed, talk to someone close to you, or don't hesitate to seek professional support. Your mental health is worth more than any investment. So how do you break out of this cycle? After these painful experiences, investors split into two groups. Some give up. They say, this isn't for me, and swear never to return to the crypto market again. For them, the adventure ends here. But then there are the ones who stay. They see the crash as a lesson. After the stages of depression and hopelessness, they slowly move into acceptance and learning. This is where painful experience turns into wisdom. They learn to act with logic instead of emotion. They understand through first-hand experience how damaging panic selling can be. They realize the importance of using a stop loss, a tool that helps limit losses. They learn that instead of putting all their money into one coin, building a diversified portfolio reduces risk. They understand that they need a strategy not only for when the market goes up, but also for when it goes down. They no longer chase every person shouting to the moon. They start researching projects. They learn what technical analysis and fundamental analysis really mean. They do their own research. Instead of emotional decisions, they take planned and strategic steps. They remember Warren Buffett's famous quote, "Be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful." Now they understand how deep that sentence truly is. For them, every dip is no longer a disaster. It's a potential opportunity. Of course, that doesn't mean blindly buying. They make gradual buys at levels they've planned within their strategy because they know markets are cyclical. After every winter, spring eventually comes. This difficult process makes them stronger, smarter, and more patient investors. Those who survive the brutal filter of the bear market enter the next bull run far more prepared. In the end, crypto market crashes are not just numbers going down. They are like a mirror, forcing you to face your own psychology, your fears, your greed, and your hopes. In this process, you learn who you are, how much risk you can handle, and how you make decisions under pressure. If you want to survive long-term in this market, you must learn to read not only the charts, but also your own mind. Remember, the biggest profits aren't only in your wallet. They're in the experience you gain along the way. Take care of yourself, stay loyal to your strategy, and most importantly, always prioritize your mental health. Thank you for watching. For more content like this, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.